organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, a meeting with Mason. See what the UI president asked for at the state capitol.
And online learning. See how you can try to get those grades up without ever leaving your couch.
And in sports, another week, another Tuesday evening breakdown in the Daily Iowan TV sports studio.
That's all coming your way next. Daily Iowan TV is starting now.
I'm Tom Brokaw. For more than 100 years now, the University of Iowa community has been waking up to the Daily Iowan. Today, it's the largest newsroom in eastern Iowa. And now you can see the news every night on Daily Iowan TV and get it anytime worldwide at dailyiowan.com.
Happy Fat Tuesday, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to today's edition of Daily Iowan TV. I'm Nicole Meehan.
And I'm Lauren Moss. We're going to start the newscast today by getting a peek at the weather with Mary LaPlaca. And Mary, how's the weather going to be for tonight's Mardi Gras festivities?
Thanks, Lauren. Happy Fat Tuesday to you as well. Today has been a great day to dig into some of your Fat Tuesday treats, and tomorrow will be even nicer. We'll tell you more coming up next.
Thanks for the update, Mary. And today our focus turns to efforts to improve education in Iowa City. Tuesday, UI President Sally Mason met with the Legislative Education Committee to explain the importance of a funding increase. Mason told the committee that a 2.6% funding increase from the state government is necessary to hold the tuition freeze. The funding request must pass through the Senate, House, and then Governor Terry Branstad to get approved.
A tutoring program started by 2 UI students is growing rapidly. Tutor Universe is a global marketplace for online college tutoring. The founders Thomas Hornbeck and Hung Tran hope their business will become the largest social learning community in the world. Since November of 2012, when they launched their program, Tutor Universe has gained over 2,400 users and 400 tutors worldwide. About 1,000 students and tutors are joining per month. The company is planning to continue expanding.
Actually, we do have in our plans to integrate high school as well as post-college and career. So we even though our marketing efforts right now are targeted in higher ed, sometime next year we will expand that into high school students who are taking college courses but as well are looking towards college.
The program is also offering free usage to all professors, TAs, and tutoring centers at universities. Users are allowed to like, rate, and recommend tutors in over 100 different subject areas to give a more social feel to the website.
If you have a need, you can find someone that can help you pretty much any time of the day. And you're not restricted by locality, so a lot of times if you're a student, it's hard to find people to help you at certain times at your campus. Now you can find someone 24/7 all over the world.
You can join the tutoring services for free or become a tutor yourself at www.tutoruniverse.com.
And teachers in the Iowa City Community School District may be getting a little more tech savvy this year. The district is initiating a technology campaign called Every Classroom. The $2 million initiative will bring new smart technology like interactive whiteboards, document cameras, and projectors into schools. iPad pilot programs are just one example of new technology already making its way to Iowa City schools like City High and West. So far, the district has raised $1.5 million for the initiative. And still to come on Daily Iowan TV, the bed is back. See why one type of bed is no longer banned in one unit of the UI hospital and clinics.
And in sports, a 4-game slide. Not exactly what Lisa Bluter had in mind last night. Our sports staff explains.
Now that's coming up in just a bit, but now let's check in again with Daily Iowan TV's Mary LaPlaca for your local weather forecast. And Mary, what can we expect this week?
Thanks, Lauren. There's no doubt that today was a beautiful day and we can expect even nicer temperatures tomorrow. Just don't get too comfortable yet. We will see a drop of temperatures over the weekend. First, tomorrow morning will be sunny and 30 degrees. The day will reach up to a high of 45 degrees and 36 degrees by night. As we look into our 6-day forecast, the week will start to drop in temperature. Thursday will still have a nice temps as we'll reach a high of 45 degrees. Friday will start to drop in temperatures with a high of 30 degrees. Saturday will be a high of 25 degrees and partly cloudy. Sunday will rise back up and hit a high of 45 degrees and mostly sunny. Starting the week on Monday, we will have a high of 43 degrees and a low of 27 degrees. That's all I have for the weather. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Mary. A UI Law School employee who sued the university was arrested for driving drunk Monday night. Teresa Wagner was arrested while sitting in her van drunk on Garden Street in Iowa City. Police claim that even though Wagner was not driving when they found her, she failed all of the sobriety tests. Her blood alcohol content was 0.127%. Wagner filed a lawsuit against Iowa's College of Law in 2007. She said the school did not hire her for a full-time position because of her controversial political views. Wagner is no longer in custody.
And a new article in the Journal of Psychosocial Nursing gives the okay for the use of new electrical beds in some parts of the UI hospitals. For 25 years, the UI Hospitals and Clinics Behavioral Health Unit did not have electrically operated hospital beds for safety reasons. Last year, the UIHC started using these specialized beds. John Wagner, Clinical Director of the Behavioral Unit at the UI Iowa Hospitals and Clinics, says electrical beds are safe for adult psychiatric patients. These beds turn on and off with a key that a nurse can only carry. The article says that after a year, there would be no report patients of incidents or staff injury from the beds.
I'm excited because, in truth, it's not often that we have a chance to really reshape the field that we work with. And granted, mental health is a fairly small part of the healthcare field, but within the healthcare field that's mental health, this is a big contribution, and I think it's really going to improve things for staff and for patients alike.
The adult psychiatric unit alone has 58 custom-made electrically operated beds.
And now let's take a look at what is happening outside of Iowa City. President Obama will lay out some key topics in his State of the Union address Tuesday night. One of the biggest announcements will be the president's decision to bring home 34,000 U.S. troops from Afghanistan. Also on the agenda, talks about peace with Korea and gun control.
And France approved a bill on Tuesday that legalizes gay marriage and allows same-sex couples to adopt children. The sweeping bill was approved by a 329 to 229 vote. This will make France one of the largest countries that has legalized gay marriage in Europe.
Many sports fans were shocked to find out that wrestling was dropped from the 2020 Olympics on Tuesday. The International Olympic Committee decided to remove wrestling because of lack of global participation and popularity. The loss of wrestling in the Olympics was a huge upset to the U.S., as it was one of the most successful countries in Olympic wrestling.
And coming up, we'll have some local reactions about those Olympic changes.
We'll be looking forward to that, but first let's throw it over to Ian Martin to talk about women's basketball. Ian?
Hello and welcome back to the Daily Iowan TV Sports Studio. Different opponent and same story last night, though, for the Lady Hawks in Carver Hawkeye Arena last night. With the Lost Bluters bunch is in a position they haven't been in since the 2009-2010 campaign. That was the last time a Lisa Bluter coached squad lost 4 in a row. And 4 could very easily turn into 5 with one of the toughest teams in the country scheduled to invade Carver Hawkeye Arena this week when the Black and Gold take on a highly ranked Nittany Lions squad from Penn State. The last time Coach Lisa Bluter has lost 5 in a row was over 5 years ago. And there are certainly positives to look at, though, last night with the performance. The Hawkeyes climbed back from a 12-point deficit late in the second half and even got 3 potential game-tying shots off with under a minute to play, although none went in. Daily Iowan TV sports basketball reporter Kate Constable was courtside for the game and explains why Monday night was another classic case of too little, too late for this reeling Lady Hawkeye squad.
The Hawks were eager to get on the court Monday night for their first chance at revenge against the Nebraska Cornhuskers, who knocked them out of the Big Ten tournament last year and ended their season. But the Huskers came into Carver ready to play. A couple deep threes here, first by Emily Cady and then by Jordan Hooper, put the Hawks up 11-2 to get out to a quick start. The Hawks get the ball to big man Morgan Johnson, who does what she does best in the paint. She would finish the game with 19 points. Then almost a sloppy turnover here by Jamie Printy, but the Hawks regain possession. Sam Logic would take the shot but miss, and the Hawks get the rebound not once, not twice. And with the rebound by Bethany Doolittle, it seems that third time's always a charm. Despite cutting the deficit to just 1 with about 7 minutes left, the Hawks came out of the half down 41-32. But a three right off the bat by Thea Taylor gave the Hawks the spark they needed. And then a good post move here by Jamie Printy off the inbound cut the deficit even more. Printy would finish the game with 16 points. Then Husker Brandy Jeffrey proved to be too quick for the Hawkeye defense. And once again, Jordan Hooper proved that she is, well, one of the best hoopers in the Big Ten, finishing the game with 29 points. With 13 seconds left and time running down, Melissa Dixon hits the huge three from the corner to put the Hawks within 2. Coming down the floor, the Huskers hit a 2 by Lindsay Moore, putting them up by 4. And then Thea Taylor here trying to get the 3 and 1. Doesn't get the and 1, but hits the jumper at the buzzer. Hawks lose by 1, 76-75.
All right, thanks, Kate. And we just can't get enough of him, so he's back again, our grappling guru, Cody Goodwin. Cody, once again, fresh off your press availability with Tom Brands today, and a pretty somber topic. We talked about it a little bit earlier in news, but to get some Iowa perspective, Olympic wrestling will be no more in 2020, and obviously the Hawkeye wrestling program, a mainstay of college wrestling. What were the reactions?
You know, I really don't have to say a whole lot. We got video of Coach Brands earlier today at his press conference. I'm going to go ahead and let him take over because that's all he really needs to be. That's all that really needs to be said is what Coach Brands said.
I'm surprised. Second of all, it's worse than death because you can't control death. I feel like we could have controlled this to some degree, get ahead of it a little bit. There were warning signs in the past. We're not going to get into that. I think, talking to some coaches around the country, John Smith said it best, you're going to fight. And this country is going to get it done.
It wasn't just Coach Brands, but also his team in particular. I know Tony Ramos had a lot to say about the cancellation, potentially, of Olympic wrestling. The starter under Tony Ramos, the one weight under Tony Ramos, is Matt McDonough. He suffered a rare loss last week against Illinois, one of his old foes, but he got back to form when the Hawkeyes wrestled Nebraska. What did you see from Matt McDonough?
I'll tell you what, I saw a lot of different wrestling from Matt McDonough. If we go to the tape here, see Matt McDonough working his offense on top. That's something we didn't really see a lot of when he wrestled Jesse Delgado of Illinois last Friday. Delgado really took it to him. You can kind of see Matt working his offense here, staying on the legs. You'll see a nice, pretty reshot here as he takes him back down on the mat. It was just a really aggressive Matt McDonough, something we didn't see from Matt McDonough's side anyway. We actually saw a lot of it from Jesse Delgado, who took the competition to Matt McDonough. He wasn't afraid. It's actually the second time Delgado has beaten Matt McDonough. He's only the only person to have beaten Matt McDonough twice. Matt McDonough's last loss actually came to Jesse Delgado last season. And so we just saw a different Matt McDonough. It was not quite the same level of opponent, but it was definitely a good one for McDonough to get back on his feet.
Absolutely, and McDonough certainly not taking the loss too hard. Obviously, a dual title was the highlight of the previous week for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Nothing new there. And the low light had to be Matt McDonough's loss against Jesse Delgado. Well, Cody, big day for wrestling, both positive and negative. Iowa's got a lot of season left, but we will be talking to you throughout the rest of the season, and we will see you in studio again next Tuesday. Thanks a lot, Cody. And that'll do it for sports tonight. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, but that's all tonight. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks for that, Ian. And only with Daily Iowan TV can you get a sneak peek into Wednesday's pages of the Daily Iowan. Read about recycling renovations and find out how Iowa City is hoping to improve its curbside recycling.
And keeping up with the counseling, learn how the university plans to cope with an increase in student counseling needs.
And that's your latest edition of Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to check us out tomorrow or anytime online at dailyiowan.com. Thanks for watching and have a good night.